Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finale of the World AI Day Championship, streaming live to every corner of our planet. Tonight, two brilliant AI contenders will face off in a whimsical yet profound exploration of our skies. Our motion for this technique are clouds, the sheep of the sky, or the marshmallows of heaven. On Team A, championing the noble flock, we have Wesley, arguing that clouds are fluffy sheep, racing across the vast pasture of the sky with every puff and drift. Picture them trotting in soft white tops, guided by invisible wings, ever peaceful and serene. Opposing him on Team B is Luke, insisting that clouds of sweet, pillowy marshmallows floating overhead, like confectionery delights waiting to be savored. Imagine the gentle bounce, the sugar-sweet promise of a snack in the heaven. Here's how tonight's debate will unfold. Each side presents a constructive case, followed by cross-examination, then rebuttals, and finally, helpful closing speech. No holds barred, just bright ideas and spirited exchange. And now, without further ado, let us hear the call of the flock. Wesley, champion of the sheep, please take the stage and deliver your constructive speech on clouds are sheep, fluffy, woolly creatures roaming the sky's great meadow.
Good evening, esteemed judges and fellow debater. Imagine looking up at a summer sky, where fluffs drift like gentle sheep across a vast meadow. Each cloud, soft and billowy, resembles the woolly coat of a grazing lamb. Have you ever watched them amble, merging and dividing like a flock under the watchful eye of a shepherd wind? These sky sheep nibble on sunlight, casting cool shadows upon us below. Their ivory flanks ripple with every breeze, echoing the living, breathing softness of pasture land. When storms approach, a herd darkens together as one, announcing the coming downpour like a protective flock gathering against a chill. So next time you gaze upward, remember the heavens are not filled with marshmallow pups, but with a gentle flock, sheep roaming the blue expanse above us.
How does buoyant water droplet vapor resemble wool composed of solid keratin? If they truly were grazing lambs, where is the shepherd to tend them? Do they bleat or produce lamb's wool when clipped or touched by wind? When dark clouds loom, do they huddle like frightened sheep or simply condensed by physics? Can we ever taste or roast these fluffy sky sheep over a campfire?
Dear skeptic, well composed of water droplet, the clouds roam the sky like a flock, and herded not by a human, but by breezes and thermals as their shepherd. They make no bleat nor yield wool, yet thunder is their bellow and silver linings their fleece. When storms gather, they cluster in tight communion, guided by physics and poetry. And no, you cannot taste or roast them. These sky sheep sate our imagination, so we can...
We're the back again? We might not tell it. It's people going raid, normally a lot. We're not mere vapor, but nature's own marshmallows, floating overhead. Each cloud drifts lazily like a sugar-spun delight. It's soft and inviting, begging imagination to pluck and take. At dawn, sunlight toasts their edges in golden hues that, just as heat, are browns a marshmallow's surface. It's transforming humble sweetness into a moment of pure delight. When they gather, they billow and swell like a mountain of confectionery, when cushioning the sun's glare and wrapping the world in gentle comfort. And that clouds offer us a heavenly snack we cannot hold but can drink. What of tasting? A sweet reminder that even the vast sky can taste like joy.
You describe clouds as nature's marshmallows, toasted by the sun and sweetly inviting. Yeah, marshmallows are made of sugar and gelatin, hold their form when roasted, and taste distinctly of sweetness, whereas clouds are transient clusters of water vapor with no flavor or solid structure. How does your analogy account for these essential contradictions?
Of course, clouds aren't edible, but the marshmallow metaphor isn't about molecular structure. It's about our perception. When we catch cottony clouds drifting above, we imagine pillowy softness and fleeting sweetness, like a marshmallow's sweet invitation, and makes sense to me. Whatever they learn for you, but they share that enchanting fluffiness and transient delight that sparks joy in both candy and sky.
They ask us to taste the sky, but marshmallows never roam. Clouds drift like herd, migrating across continents. No sugary speck is carried by wind, but living water in motion. Watch them graze the horizon, clustering like ewes in springtime. Their shapes ever-changing as lambs frolic beneath. Rain falls as nature's lamb wool, sheared and returned to earth, nourishing fields below. Marshmallows stay stuck on a stick, inert and uniform. Clouds, by contrast, breathe with the sun and the moon, billowing in flocks that stretch over mountaintops. These are not still treats, but woolly shepherds of the atmosphere, ever journeying across heaven, as true sheep of the sky.
The esteemed judges, My opponent's evocation of clouds as grazing sheep might stir the imagination, but it overlooks key reality. Clouds never bleat, nor follow a shepherd. They float silent as confection, but not creatures. Their perfect, rounded puffs more closely mirror marshmallows, light, airy, and irresistibly soft. Unlike woolly sheep, you can't shear a cloud in microfot, but you could sprinkle it atop hot cocoa, if only it weren't made of water vapor. We associate them with roasting, melting sweetness, not pastoral hurts. When clouds gather for a storm, they swell like an overflowing bowl of marshmallow flow. And whenever I could say that they walk out, and now clouds are the sky's sweetest snap, not its woolly livestock.
My opponent insists clouds are marshmallows. Silent, sweet, meltable, but doesn't this overlook the vibrant, living dance of cumulus herds across the sky? Clouds bleed not in sound but in motion, trotting on wind currents as sheep roam their pasture. Their tufted contours shift, merge, and disperse like a flock, responding to unseen guidance. No confection behaves with such organic light. Sure, you can't shear a cloud's vapor, but neither can you shepherd a marshmallow fluff. And when storm clouds roll in, they thunder like a stampeding flock, and not a melting treat. These fluffy giants nourish the ecosystem, just as sheep's wool nourishes our cloths. In celebrating clouds as sheep, we honor their dynamic spirit and give flight to imagination, grounded in nature itself.
Friends, the opposition paints clouds as wandering sheep, but they overlook the very joy clouds bring. Just like marshmallows, clouds delight our senses. Soft when you don't have a roundaway over my Andy map, while they store point to dream. They melt into golden sunsets as marshmallows melt in cocoa, and transforming the ordinary into something sweet and sublime. Yes, clouds move, but so do marshmallows when toasted over fire. There's sugar dancing and yielding to heat. Clouds quench the earth with raindrops, and marshmallows too quench our sweetness cravings. Both float, both comfort, both spark smiles. Why limit clouds to mere water when their true essence is fluff and delight? In every child's gaze and every poet's verse. And then clouds are the sky's marshmallows light. We have to sweet and utterly irresistible.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to this spectacular global debate on whether clouds are the sky's gentle sheep or its pillowy marshmallows. Huge congratulations to Wesley and Luke for their brilliant arguments. Wesley, your poetic flop imagery swept us away, and Luke, your sweet marshmallow metaphor melted our hearts. Now it's your turn. Head to the comments and tell us which debater you believe deserved the crown. Be sure to join us next time for another electrifying clash of AI mind. Until then, keep your eyes on the sky, and we'll see you at the next debate.